All right, so let's dive into it. It is Tuesday, January 22nd. First day back. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Day, and we had off yesterday. It was great to have off, and happy Martin Luther King Day. Because I wasn't able to say that to you guys yesterday. So I hope everyone had a wonderful time. If that was spending time with family and friends, or if that was you guys, just taking the day to yourself. However you guys, celebrated, I hope you guys absolutely enjoyed it. Now, with that being said, we are back. We are back to work, and we're here to make some money. And that's exactly what we are going to be doing. MDWD, that was the best play so far today. It is an absolute great ripper, currently up 30%, being very credible, being on a nice trend line, and being very consistent. I traded not MDWD today, even though I like that play the most. I traded this morning to do, what did I get into? STAF. So if you're saying, Dek, would you make your money on today? I made $860 on STAF. I got in on this play in pre-market, as you can see, at 8.05, and I got out of it at 8.08. That leads to an $860 profit. You can see my P&L right here. And with that being said, guys, it's just awesome to see. $860 in 3 minutes. Can't really say much more than that, right? It's an absolutely amazing job. It's an absolutely amazing opportunity. It's, it feels like a privilege to trade, that you're able to make this amount of money in this short amount of time. Also, with that being said, again, there's my account number, just so you know it's real money, not paper trading anything. This is my real cash. This is what I'm trading right now. So with that, let's go over this play really quickly, because I do want to keep my eyes still peeled on MDWD. Let's go over STAF. How was I able to make $860 today? Because it looks like the stock just, shot down the whole day. Has this stock, where was the money making? The money making, as we always talk about, is in pre-market, right? The money making is here. If you guys wake up early, if you guys sacrifice sleep, if you guys are willing to say to yourself, hey, I'll get out of bed, you will make profit. Now, again, I wake up all the way out around 6:50 in the morning because my broker opens up at 7. So I'll wake up and I'll see, nothing going on at 7 o'clock. Oh, nothing going on at 7:30. Oh, I could have slept until 8 o'clock. But sometimes there is going to be those 7 o'clock press releases or those 7:30 press releases. Sometimes press releases before, 7 o'clock. So right at 7 o'clock, you start playing them. It happens. But, I sat around for about an hour, and what did I eventually see? I saw STAF come out with a press release. STAF came out with a press release right at 8:01. And it says to itself, hey, STAF, this stock came out with its largest client. They signed them back to a multi-year contract. So right when we saw this, I said to myself, hey, that's absolutely great. If I'm a company and I have a huge, client, let's say, I sell T-shirts. And this huge, client comes up to me and says, hey, I want, 10 million T-shirts. And I'm like, oh, that's absolutely awesome. And then next year he comes back and he says, hey, I want 10 million T-shirts. I'm ecstatic, right? He's my biggest client and he's coming back for more. That shows that the company's doing very well. That shows that the company has some credibility. And it also shows that they're going to be bringing in revenue, having a multi-year contract with their biggest client. We also know hot keywords to look for in hot press releases. Contract number 25, good keyword, 2-star word right there. Definitely brings in a lot of good hype, definitely brings in a lot of good momentum. So STAF right here, solid press release. What else do we like about STAF, right? What else is, pretty great about this play? Well, STAF is also a pretty low float stock, right? The stock is about 3 million in float. And if we look right here over on STAF, we can always do that by going over to yahoofinance.com. We type in Yahoo Finance, and we type in STAF, click statistics, and we see to ourselves float 1.9 million. Okay, so again, even lower than I thought. 1.9 million right here. Here's the press release that came out this morning, 3 hours ago. And what do we see? Immediately, the stock went from $2 and shot up towards $2.40. Then it went from $2.40 all the way up to $2.60. Then it went from $2.60 all the way up to $2.80. Then it went from $2.80 all the way up towards highs around $3.30, right? So if you guys are saying, Dek, when were you in on this play? Again, I was in late. I'm in late to the party. The press release came out at 8:01. I got in 4 minutes later at 8:05. And you might be like, whoa, 4 minutes is late if you're a new trader? Yeah. First come, first serve, baby. The stock market is a buffet that's not all you can eat. It's, what's left is what's left. So, when these stocks come on out, you got to get in right away. You better be the first one in line because, Big Bubba is about to take up all the ribs. So what we have right here is we got, this stock came out. I got in 4 minutes late. I got in at 295. Right when I got in at 295, the stock continued to progress upwards, and I wanted to lock in. Again, I'm not going to be greedy. I'm up. It's my first trade in the morning. I'm at 311. Let me lock in some 1,000. I'm in at 315. Let me lock in another 1,000. I'm at 325. Let me lock in another 1,000. Right? So again, as the stock moves on up, I'm scaling my way out. That's how I'm making $860 on the day. Now, with that being said, if I continue to hold, it went all the way up to 343. The stock just went all the way up towards around 345 if I continue to hold. But I'm happy with that play. I got in. I held it for about 25 cents, 30 cents in profit, and then I got out. So wasn't getting greedy with the play. Was on a good solid shares, 4,000 shares. How did I get in on 4,000 shares? There was actually a 5,000 share sell order at 295, excuse me. And since there's a 5,000 share order on the ask, I just bought 4,000 shares of it, and then someone else out there in the world bought another 1,000, and then the stock progressed upward. So I was able to get in that way, and then as the stock moved on up, I just scaled my way out, as you guys saw, with about 1,000 shares at a time. So pretty solid play. Pretty happy about it. $860, and again, sacrifice sleep for profit. That's all it comes down to. So what we have here, guys, what else? Probably my favorite play of today is MDWD, right? MDWD. This stock started with the stock fading and dumping on down, and then what happened? Well, this one made a beautiful red to green move. Right, and if you guys are looking at a textbook, I know, again, a red to green move is from the previous close. I like to do it from the open. So again, anything from the open on the downside is red in my eyes. Anything above is green. This is one of my favorite chart pattern setups, guys. One of my go-tos. Whenever I see it, I love to play it because it leads to money and it leads to profit so often. So what we have here a lot of times is we have a stock, that opens up at right here. Let's say right here. Guess what happens? The stock, starts falling, but then what happens? The stock starts coming back on up. Once we cross, again, this strong resistance line, guess what happens? We start seeing a lot of buyers start coming on in, and the stock goes on an awesome rip. So again, we see our buying volume increase as the stock comes up to resistance, and once we break resistance, we get the nice big breakout. So, that's a beautiful thing to see right here, and that's when the stock continues to go on this very nice climb and very nice rip. So we have, a beautiful red to green move that happens. From there, as you guys can see, we have this very nice trend line that's starting to form. And this trend line is looking for this stock to possibly pop it right back up towards around the $6 mark. If you guys are interested, you can look to pull the trigger right now if you wanted to on this stock. I'm going to let this one, I do think it'll probably pop back up towards around $6, but I want to buy this at around $5.50. Now, you might say, Dek, you love this play. You've been hyping it up. You love talking about this play. What's going on? And, you're not buying this play. Why would I buy this play? Well, again, the reason I'm not touching this play right now, I got $860, right? I'm locked away with that. Now, MDWD is on a trend line. It's a beautiful trend line. It's been holding very nicely so far. And we know trend lines are absolutely great, but we do know trend lines can crack. So, again, the trend line bounce. It can crack, right? We have bounce, and then it can crack. And then, same exact thing, bounce, but that trend line can crack. I want to buy it at the lowest area possible. I like MDWD. I want to pull the trigger on it. But I'm going to pull the trigger if it comes down towards around 545, 550. And that would most likely be around lunch hours. I'm not going to buy it right here because it still has room to fall. And if I buy it right here on the trend line and it so happens to crack on me, you know what I'm going to say to myself? I can't believe I just gave back $400, $500. My $860 profit just turned into a $300 profit, which again, green is green. I should still be happy with a $300 profit, but I'm not happy with giving back all my gains. So, I'm going to wait for an area where I think it's more safe. And you might say, well, Dek, maybe it's not going to get to that area. Well, then I'm going to wrap up my day with an $860 profit, right? Either way, it's a win-win for me. Either A, I don't touch MDWD and I make just underneath $1,000, or B, I wait for the stock to come down to an area where I like, and it has a great chance of success. Now, could I possibly lose? Absolutely. But at the same time, I think that's a great area of success where I can make some more money, and then I could, be more confident in my play. So, that's kind of where I'm thinking at this moment. And you may be saying, well, what's the point of even buying MDWD? Yes, as a red to green move, but what else is there? What else is there? Let me show you. MDWD announces positive top-of-the-line results right here. One of the best press releases we can see, right? One of the best press releases we could see. Look at all these great keywords right here. We have positive top word right here, 3-star, phase 3 trials, which have met its primary endpoints, right? So we have positive 3-star word, phase 3 3-star word, primary 3-star word, endpoints, like bajillion 3-star word. So, that's absolutely great. So we have announces positive top-line results on its phase 3 study, met primary endpoints and all secondary endpoints with statistically significant results. Woo! We are thrilled to announce these robust positive results across the endpoints. So again, that's, absolutely great. That's absolutely great to see. So I do think MDWD has a lot of great potential. I think MDWD could continue to rip on up. And as you guys can even see in pre-market right here, right? If you guys look in pre-market, MDWD, let's switch a little time frame to 3 minutes. This thing was all the way up to 640, 650, right? I like this play. I think the stock has good potential, right? And right here, actually, we may actually see a little bit of a pop coming on up, very soon. Oh, let's see. We're right on the trend line. Right on the trend line right now. This is a pretty, big area. Is the stock going to, hold the trend line and pop up to $6? Or are we going to get a little bit of a crack, and then our best chance would be maybe after lunch hours or so? So right now, you can see the bids are trying to hold it. Bids are stacking right at 572, saying, hold the line. Hold the line. So that's kind of what's going on right there at the moment. But 575 is a natural resistance line. So we'll see what's going to be happening on MDW in the next few moments. But that's my thought process currently. That's my thought process currently. Now, we did see a couple other random little spikes today. TBLT, try to get a little bit of volume in this one. Again, I would still say keep on high watch for tomorrow. This is still forming that U-shaped pattern. Anything above, I would say 360 definitely could be a nice ripper. Anything above 360, nice little ripper. Look at MDWD, guys. You're probably going to try to run back up to $6 as this stock is still holding that trend line. So, again, back above 575, 572, holding the line, 300 style. Hoorah. So right here, what else do we got? SPY. SPY has potential today as well as this stock, or not this stock. The market has been doing absolutely awesome, but whenever it's red, we always like to look at TVIX. So just spitballing a few different ideas out there for you guys as you guys are getting ready to kind of kick off, into lunch hours within the next hour or so. But right now, MDWD, my favorite play. We'll see if that stock is able to continue to hold. Other than that, I had one trade so far today, which was SAFT, as you got, not SFAT, staff, excuse me, STAF, and I was able to make $860 there. So awesome job. Very happy about this first Tuesday back. We'll see what's going to be coming up the rest of the week. And, great job for everyone. Made it, lots of profit today. I had a lot of Twitter shout outs. I always, appreciate those. I love retweeting you guys. Follow me at Dekmar Trades. But again, a lot of people over on Tradecaster and making some good money there. So again, awesome work. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. More than happy to help you guys out. Great job today.